Welcome back, guys, to Center Stage. On today's episode, we're going to dive deep into the theatrical miracle that is Life of Pi. Now, whether you've been shipwrecked with Pi Patel on the West End, on Broadway, or you're just about to catch the last few remaining shows on its incredible national tour, this is your harbor. Now, Life of Pi is a play adapted for the stage by Lolita Chakrabarti. Based on the novel of the same name, the story begins in a hospital room in Mexico, years after the incident, where a surviving teenage boy named Piscine Pi Patel is being interviewed by skeptical investigators about the sinking of the cargo ship carrying his family and their zoo from India to Canada. The bulk of the play is then told through Pi's recollection, including the shipwreck and his 227 days at sea, where he battles the elements, starves, and is forced to confront the primal struggle for his survival. Now, the play was commissioned by producer Simon Friend, and after a series of workshops over 2 years, made its world premiere in July of 2019 at the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield. Now, the Sheffield production was a critical phenomenon and paved the way for its later international success. Reviewers universally hailed the puppetry as pure theatrical magic, and an advancement on previous productions like Warhorse. The full-size articulating puppets required multiple puppeteers to bring the animals to astonishingly lifelike grace and terror. Now, the Crucible's thrust stage was transformed using innovative set design, lighting, and video projection to seamlessly transition from a sterile hospital room to a vibrant Indian market and finally to the dangerous, shifting environment of the open ocean. Well, despite its short initial run, the production swept the regional awards, winning multiple UK Theatre Awards in 2019, including Best New Play. Now, following the success of the Sheffield run, the play transferred to London's West End, opening at the Wyndham's Theatre by November of 2021. Now, the 2021 production became a multi-award-winning smash hit. For the transfer, the historic Wyndham's Theatre was structurally modified to fully accommodate the magnificent set, video, and water effects, with the stage actually being extended over the stalls to create an immersive environment. Now, the West End production was a massive winner at the 2022 Olivier Awards, securing 5 major awards, including a historic win for Best New Play. The production's success cemented its status as one of the most technically dazzling and emotionally resonant theatrical events of the decade. Now, before its initial Broadway transfer, the production made its North American premiere in December of 2022, opening at the American Repertory Theatre in Boston. This premiere served as the major out-of-town tryout before the show transferred to Broadway. Now, bringing the creative team and design elements from the successful West End run to the US, the production featured the same core creative team and a mix of the original London stars and new North American talent. Similar to the West End production, the show was widely praised for its jaw-dropping spectacle, including the state-of-the-art video projections that created the turbulent Pacific Ocean, as well as the stunning life-size animal puppets. The puppetry, inspired by the Japanese bunraku tradition, had the manipulators operating the puppets in full view of the audience. The reviews were overwhelmingly positive, praising the production for its visual beauty, technical ingenuity, and emotional depth, with critics widely agreeing that the show was an exciting precursor to its highly anticipated Broadway transfer. The ART run was a vital step in the play's international journey. Well, by March of 2023, this captivating story of hope and survival landed at Broadway's Gerald Schoenfeld Theatre, running for 147 performances. The Broadway transfer of Life of Pi was a critically acclaimed but commercially shorter-lived run, distinguished by its spectacular design and puppetry. Now, the production was highly praised for its extraordinary visual elements, particularly its world-class puppetry of the Bengal tiger, as well as its immersive scenic design. However, despite its critical acclaim and 3 Tony wins, the show ultimately had a shorter than expected Broadway run. The creative team basically had to adjust the scope and scale of the elaborate scenic design, video projections, and lighting to fit the Gerald Schoenfeld Theatre, which was reported to be wider and shallower than its London venue. This required significant technical and artistic modifications to maintain the seamless and immersive visual experience. While highly praised, a slight challenge was gauging on how Broadway audiences who were less accustomed to the style of large-scale puppetry compared to British theatergoers would actually react. However, critics and audiences generally embraced the ingenuity of the puppets, which became the show's signature element. Now, it's important to remember, guys, Life of Pi occupied a unique and important space in the 2023 Broadway season. It was a standout example of a straight play that utilized the massive spectacle and innovative design typically associated with a big-budget musical. It proved that a non-musical dramatic piece could still be a visual marvel on a Broadway scale, shifting focus onto the immersive set, light, and sound design. Now, the show was a tremendous showcase for theatrical design, particularly the integrated use of puppetry and projection video. This actually helped to push the boundaries of what stagecraft can achieve in transitioning a small space into a vast, ever-changing ocean. The play itself brought an epic story of a South Asian protagonist to the Broadway stage. It also made conscious casting choices to increase diversity, and in a later run featured a gender-flipped role for Pi, contributing to broader representation on the main stem. Well, after its short-lived Broadway transfer, the production launched a national tour in late 2024 and is scheduled to conclude soon, bringing the production's journey across the continent to a close. If you would like to secure any remaining tickets for the production in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, I will have a link in the description below. Now, the production of Life of Pi has cemented a lasting legacy in contemporary theater, primarily by showcasing the limitless potential of stagecraft and puppetry in storytelling. The production, especially the renowned puppet of the Bengal tiger, elevated the status of puppetry on a commercial stage. It took the tradition established by shows like War Horse and demonstrated how Bunraku-style puppetry could create an emotionally powerful life and death struggle with high cinematic tension. The 3-person tiger puppet is often cited as a benchmark in theatrical design, pushing the limits of realism and emotional depth that a fabricated creature can convey. Now, winning 3 major Tony Awards solely for its design, the play established that the technical and artistic design elements could be the primary draw and critical focus of a straight play, not just a musical. The seamless integration of video projections, transformative set pieces, and lighting created an immersive, liquid environment that critics and audiences widely praised as pure theatrical magic. Life of Pi provided a successful model for adapting challenging, epic-scale novels that might otherwise be reserved for film. It proved that audiences are willing to pay top dollar for a dramatic non-musical play when the production value offers an unforgettable visual experience that justifies the price. Guys, I cannot stress enough, if you have not seen this show, call the theater, go down to the venue, go to the website, and secure a ticket. This incredible award-winning production concludes its run very soon, with its final performance scheduled to wrap up on Sunday, October 26th, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. After that, a piece of current theatrical history closes its chapter. So check for any final tickets as well as standing room only if you want to experience this spectacle live. And trust me, I highly recommend you do. Alright guys, thank you for sailing with me today, and remember, as this story asks us, when faced with 2 stories, one with the tiger and one without, which story do you choose? Well, I know which one I'm choosing. Take care, guys.